Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Healthy Orange Movie Reviews. I'm Bennett Campbell Ferguson, your host. I'm here with Maxwell Meyers, our special guest Nick Stevens, and today we are answering your questions. Except our first question is not from anyone out there, but it's actually from Nick. And it is, the last few years of movies has been hit and miss. What do you think a strong decade of movies was, and what was your favorite decade?
Now, since it's your question, you get to answer.
I have to answer first.
Well, because it gives us a moment to think.
Oh, wow.
Because you probably already have an answer.
You meditated on this, right?
I was like, I'm curious what you guys thought.
Oh, no.
So, with me, favorite decade? I'd have to go with the 80s.
Oh, no!
Because, the comedies. I'm a huge comedy fan, and that's, John Candy, Tom Hanks. Those two. Yeah.
It's the time you also grew up.
That's what I grew up in, too. So.
It does have a factor. I would go with 70s. It feels a really strong era. I mean, a lot of stuff happened in the 70s that, we still look back, and I think it's a time aspect as well.
Star Wars.
Animal
House.
A lot of the horror movies, for better or worse, we have them. Friday the 13th, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean, they set up a lot of stuff, and I feel like most movies I've seen from the 70s, other than the ones like Saturday Night Fever, that are just blatant, like, here's all the 70s in one movie. Like, even then, you kind of get a feel at the time. They all do their own thing. Rocky. I feel like I haven't seen a bad movie from the 70s. To this day, I'm sure someone will send me a list of terrible 70s movies. Also, one of my top 10 favorite films, When Harry Met Sally, was filmed in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, it's a great movie.
Well, like, late 70s, early 80s, I don't really remember. But what I love about it is I'm sure I've said this before, is that there's no topical time jokes specific to that era. Like, there's no jokes about Nixon. The closest you get is someone talks about day of the week underwear, and so it's like kind of one of those, you kind of had to be there moment, but they explain it very briefly. You understand what it is.
You know about that.
You're not gonna end up in a moment where you're like, oh, well, you had to have been there. Like, although there are things that are becoming obsolete that are in it, like answering machines. I have one day someone's gonna go, what are they talking in? Why is there a box in the room? Why is the voicemail out loud? Like, I have a feeling that might become a thing, but as of right now, no. So I would go to 70s, really strong year, and with time that might, we might get some stronger ones later, but I think it's a great year, decade.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I'm gonna go with 2000 through 2009, not because I necessarily think it's the best, but again, the decade I grew up in. But also, it's the decade I know the best. Mm-hmm. I mean, I saw great movies, I saw good movies, I saw terrible movies. I mean, it was also the decade where I learned about different kinds of movies. Like, so I had like a lot of my first times. In that decade. Like when I first time I saw a Darren Aronofsky movie. That was like kind of my first encounter with sort of experimental film. The first time I saw Spider-Man and X-Men, that was my first encounter with like kind of serious superhero films as opposed to, Adam West running around in a leotard.
Nothing wrong with Adam West in a leotard.
No, I'm a huge fan of
them.
Of the films and TV shows which he did that, just to clarify. But it was when I also got into everything. The decade when I first saw indie movies.
So it's the year first for you.
Yeah, and honestly, I think it was a good time. I think we had some really challenging and original blockbusters. I think we had some really exciting small films.
It does have a lot.
Yeah.